webinar and share it then on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, let me start. I have just few slides that I prepared and I will show them as the first, and then we'll go through the features, we'll go through the new things that we added to Splinks, and now we have a version 2.3 that we launched around 1 month ago. This version we were developing for, let's say, 7, maybe 8 months, maybe even 9 months it took us to develop and to release it. We were putting a lot of new features there, and I'll try to explain the logic why we added these features, why we didn't add different things there. Let me do that. So this will be the main message of this presentation. So first of all, a few words about myself. I'm the director of Splinks. We founded the company in 2016, and my LinkedIn profile is alexcherry83. So my surname is Vishnakov, which means in my language, in Russian, it means cherry man. So that's why I have cherry in my nickname. So it's alexcherry83 is my LinkedIn. If we are still not connected, please connect. You will see there my experience, connections, and you can ask me any questions there. Okay, a few words about what I did before I started Splinks. I ran my first voice company, Voice over IP, in Czech Republic when I was, I think, 22, 23. So we started that, I ran it for 2-3 years, then I sold it and went to different business. So, but there I got the first experience with Voice over IP, SIP, H323, internet providing. Then I started my new business in 2009. So this business is still active, and it grew quite quickly, like in 2 years to $500,000 US per year from zero. And at the moment we have around 700 companies using our services. And this company, this business is related to providing IP addresses, registering IP addresses, renting IPs, and selling IPs to internet providers mainly. So there where we started to work with internet providers in 2009. Yes, the question here, Charlie asks if you will get the copy of presentation. Yes, you will get the copy of presentation, and also I'm grabbing this webinar video. Okay, the Splinks company was founded in 2016. Meanwhile, I was also working as a CTO in one South African internet provider, where I helped to build the MPLS network. And so I got some more experience from the technical field. And the Splinks I found in 2016 with my partners. We have currently growth 100% every year. We have 350 active companies, active internet providers using us. And at the moment we have 5 remote offices, or offices in different countries. The headquarters is based in Czech Republic, in Prague. I live in Spain currently, and I sit in Spain, the city of Rius. It's not far from Barcelona. It's around 100 kilometers from Barcelona. We have 2 offices in Ukraine, one in Western Ukraine, second in Eastern Ukraine, where we have our development team. And also we have office in South Africa, in Rudiport, just close from N1 when you drive to Rudiport from N1. There is a nice office building where we have an office, and there we have support people. At the moment there is Chris, and now we are waiting another guy who will join us. And there will be at least 2 support engineers working in South Africa. This is what is my experience, and we work a lot with internet providers, and I think that our business is quite similar. Okay, so we do not sell internet, we do sell software, but it's also IT related, and also we need to build the processes to work well, to compete with competitors, to deliver great solution to our clients. And I think that our processes are very common with internet providing company processes. So that's why we try to improve all the things that we have in the company, and also bring it to Splinks to help our clients to improve their things. Very often when I speak with my clients, with internet providers, they have like questions, and this is what I want you just to participate a bit in this webinar. So I don't want you to just sit and listen to me, but also to write something on chat, actively ask me the questions. Okay, I'm not teaching you anything, just I want to share with you what we do, our experience, and get the feedbacks from you as well. So where are you from, guys? So if you can type your country, where are you from? I guess many people will be from South Africa, Australia, Ireland, England, yeah. And there are some questions that always, when I speak with my customers, they ask, or they face this problems. It depends, of course, on the stage of development of the company where they are. So if they are, let's say, I split my clients into 3 different categories. Let's say the first is the startups, people who start a business and they just have few clients, like maybe 100 customers, 200 customers. And these people, they solve how to survive, how to just work well, how to connect as many customers as possible. And like their main question is how to get $100,000 US revenue, so this guys, they are just fighting, running, connecting. And in fact, I think for these people, software is important, but the most important for them is really to learn how to work well, how to bring good solution to customers, So the software maybe is just something that will help them, but in the next stage. And then we have second type of customers who are medium-sized companies who already established their business, and they need to help with building the processes. So they are hiring new people. They already have around 15 employees, 10 employees, 20 employees, and they are building the processes. So this is where we are quite strong, and where we help companies really to optimize the things to grow quicker. And then another companies are quite big enterprises, quite big companies with 20,000 subscribers, and they also they have certain needs, like change existing solution, or they need just the customizations and stuff like that. So we work with these companies as well. So if you have any of these questions, if you can write me on chat, what are you currently trying to solve? What kind of problem are you trying to solve in your company? Are you now competing with the large enterprises? Because I know that in some countries, like I see Dritan is from Albania, so I know that in Albania, for example, there are competitors who are putting the prices very, very down. Okay, so I know that in South Africa currently there are companies like Vumatel selling fiber everywhere, and there in every country there are different competitors, different prices and everything. So what do you think, guys, is the main goal that you need to solve now in your business? Just if you share it with us, I appreciate. What are you facing? What challenges are you facing? Is it the fiber deployment? Is it where to correct to bring the fiber? Because I saw many cases when people started to build fiber somewhere where it was not good to build, so they wasted a lot of money. So that if you will share with us, it will be very useful for other people here, just to see what other guys are solving, what kind of problems. So what we have here, I will read it: a streamline billing process and manage overdue accounts. So I see that you guys have need to correctly disconnect probably people who are not paying. Fiber deployment, high costs. Yeah, fiber is always very expensive. Yeah, fiber deployments. Yeah, so let me continue, but I will not teach you how to make business in ISP. You know, so what we think is how to succeed in competition with large telco is really to improve continuously all areas of your business. This is what we do in Splinks. We have different areas where we work, so it's like a marketing, sales, support, product development, and we try to always continuously improve what we are doing. But this is like easy to say, so that's why I made another slide. When someone says you, okay, let's continuously improve something, let's make a Kaizen approach, you must be a good leader and not the boss, you know, all this, I call it bullshit. To not be rude, you know. So it's like all this stuff, the LinkedIn is full of that. I don't know if you guys also see this, but I see always on LinkedIn this messages, this like leader is someone who is pushing it forward, come on, all this stuff. I don't like this bullshit, and I will not talk about that. I will just really show you the real examples of how we work with tickets, how we work with sales, how we work with marketing, how we work with product development, and how these processes we also improve or we put to Splinks, and how you can work with that. And of course, like billing, all this stuff. So there will be no bullshit, let's say. Okay, no this stuff. So I'll not be teaching you how to make nice business or whatever, but I will just share with you my experience and how we work. Okay, so this is what we do is measure, do, and analyze. So this is measure, analyze, and do approach, MED, continuous improvements. So this is what we do in our company. And I will show you that, and you will tell me if you have the same approaches in your company, or maybe you want to do that. But Splinks is the software that helps us to do these continual improvements, to bring these continual improvements real and live. So we do, this is example, we have written the new ticketing engine. So now we do measure all our tickets. We analyze all answers of the tickets. We make stars, we put stars to each single answer, like giving a mark from 1 to 4. And then we analyze it. We find the incorrect, bad answers to customers, and we try to improve it. We teach our supporters how to improve that. And this is what we do on a weekly basis. Okay, the same thing is with sales. The same is with the product development. So this is our approach, and we designed Splinks to help us to do that. So this is why 2.3 has plenty of features in the business support system management. It's like a ticketing, it's like a CRM, it's a scheduling, and we will improve that. So there are plenty of things that we added there because of that continuous improvements that we want to bring to internet provider. And I think that if you will take the same approach, and I hope that you're already doing that, that will help you to compete with large enterprises, you know, with the large operators, because these guys, they have it already. So they do this. I went to Spain and I connected my office here. And you know, when I connected my office and my home, the large operator, it's like the Telefonica, the biggest one, when they connected me, immediately next day I got a call from their team asking me how satisfied I was with the level of installation, how quick it was, how good it was, and I gave them the feedback. So you see, every single install that they do, they're measured, and then they analyze. And I'm pretty sure that small internet providers, they don't do it. Many of companies don't do it, but these big players, because they already do it, they already have plenty of processes, so they make it this way, and that's why also they win the competition. You know, and the connection was very quick, I can tell you. So I just ordered it, and next day the guy came. But unfortunately, it took him three hours to come. So he called me that he'll come in 1 hour, and he came in 3 hours. and he came, connected me. But as I'm saying, then I got a call from their team asking me if I was satisfied, but I was not satisfied, okay, because I had to wait 3 hours more. But that's how these guys do this type of connection. Of course, this guy also had a mobile phone with the app, so I had to sign it there. I signed it, and that's all. So this is something what we are currently building, and I will show you the first beta version of mobile app for scheduler from the smartphones. Okay. So let's quickly just continue. I will explain more in details the improvements in Splinks and which areas they were. We split our business into areas, like as I'm saying, product marketing, sales, support, or we call it deployments, and then support after you buy Splinks. And then we have a lot of processes in the development, and we match, let's say, this processes, these areas to the internet providing. So internet providing your product is the coverage, high sites, and equipment. Okay, so that's one area that if I had the internet providing company, I was improving this area. Of course, then you have marketing, where you market your products. And one good example of bad marketing is that when I sit in that building, there are actually two internet providers. One is the big guy and this Telefonica, and the second one is Orange. But I didn't know that Orange is there, and their offer is much better than the Telefonica. So I had to pay, instead of, let's say, 20 euro, I had to pay 50 because I didn't know that there is another competitor. So their marketing is poor, so there was no advertisement that they connected this building, no ads, nothing. So I didn't know. So just when I connected already Telefonica, and in 3 days I met a neighbor, and he told me, now why you did it, you were able to get like 30 euro lower price. You say, oh, that's right, you know. So that's the marketing example of bad marketing here. Then sales, how you do the sales. We have created the CRM, and I will be showing you the CRM feature in Splinks that will help you to convert the clients, to track your communication with customers. Then pre-sale support we did in Splinks. This is, let me go to the next slide. So these 4 areas, you can see that if I split business of internet provider into 6 zones, the first 2 zones we actually cannot help you to improve, because where do you cover, which areas do you cover, where do you bring your fiber, what technologies are you going to use, you know, how you build your high sites. Unfortunately, software company cannot help with that. The marketing as well. The marketing we are not able to assist with. You know, this is your approach, how you do marketing, if you do the online, offline. Okay, but the 4 other zones, so this is something what we can help you to continuously improve in the way how we do it in our company as well. So the sales, you can also track your sales leads. You can generate the quotes now in Splinks, convert customers, do the self-registration to leads. That I will be showing during this webinar today. So installation, you can create tasks, track your tasks, and as I'm saying, now we are very busy with adding the scheduling app. Then support, we completely redesigned tickets, because as you know, we were using Freshdesk in the past, and now we do not use Freshdesk. We completely migrated to Splinks. So we did Splinks. Splinks is, I'm super happy how it works on the support level, how we can track the tickets, how we can answer and analyze then the tickets. And the network management, this is something what we really haven't touched that much in version 2.3, but we will be putting more efforts on that in the next 3.0 version. But I will show you all the things that we have improved. Okay, so that's what few words about product, how we do improvements on the product in our business, in our company. And I think maybe you can take some thoughts, some ideas into your business as well. So we do a lot of we ask a lot customers. So actually we use featuresplynx.com. So this is something what you guys are welcome to write us. So all people participating and watching this video, if you think that there is a feature or there are some processes not covered by Splinks, please log into featuresplynx.com. So let me show you that page. Yeah, so this is the page where you can log in and you can add feature requests. So how we develop the new features. We analyze what people are writing us, and based on the quote, on the votes, we choose the feature, and we then analyze how to deploy it. And this is what we can see here. For example, the mobile app for admin side. So in the last weeks, months, it started to grow up to 35 votes already. And then we have, for example, mobile app for portal. So this is something what was already deployed, and I will show it today. CRM, the first version of CRM, we also deployed. Then we go scheduling interface, also deployed. You know, traffic flow, accounting, new. So that was not yet touched. Also as a CPE support. So this is something what I'm saying we should move to the version 3.0. But then another, like a welcome email, multiple CPE per customer, login as customer button. You know, this is, we gather feedbacks from our clients, what they want to get, what they want to see, and what they want to improve. The next that we use Trustpilot. The Trustpilot is just where people can write us the feedback. And please, guys, if you have free time, just write us your feedback on Trustpilot, because I see the last message was from Kodian in December of 2018. It was not live, this website, so now it came live a few weeks ago. And please, if you can write us any feedback, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Just I appreciate any feedback. And we use it also to understand that if there are some missing features or areas where we can improve in our product or in our business in general. And then we use also My Form Surveys. So this is a survey that allows us to send the questions to our customers, and then we get back the feedback, very advanced and very detailed way, so we can understand what we really do good and what we really do bad. This is something what also I think you have to use in your business and in the product building. Before you go somewhere and before you build the fiber, you need to gather information about, is there enough demand for the fiber connections or for the wireless connections, okay? Yeah, the Yaku is asking me the question, if can I clarify if the UBNT CPU support will be available on Splinks? I cannot tell you right now, because the network management will be 3.0 release, but there are not all tasks that we have defined yet. So till the end of August, we will sit with product managers. We have now 2 product project managers, and we will define what everything will be added there. So I will check. At the moment, it's not in the development plan, but this is feature which is requested. Okay, let me continue to the next point. So that's what I wanted to explain here, is that how we do the product and how we add the features. And also, I think in your business, you can do something similar, getting the feedbacks from your clients, and before adding something, really understand if it will make sense, if it will give you back the investments that you put to the links or to the building the high site. Okay, let's go to the next. I'll just switch quickly the marketing, because as I'm saying, marketing is something what we cannot affect. Splinks cannot help you with that. But if we talk about the sales, which is the next area, this is already, we are coming to something what Splinks can help with. And for example, the first thing that we added is the CRM. So quickly, let me go to Splinks. So this is our Splinks software that we use for our business, for when you connect, when you go to splinks.com, and when you write us, request the license. When you go here and yeah, where's that? Download get the license, you see that there is a sign up form. So this sign up form generates us the lead or the client, depends. If there is just a request for the license, it generates the lead. If there is also a person who wants to pay immediately, it generates the customer. So this is what we got. And the CRM, we have leads. So this is the new entity, the new table. And in that table, we can add our leads. So the difference between leads and the customers in Splinks is that leads are the people who do not pay you yet. So these are the people who filled in the form on your website, or salespeople just added them manually, you know, or some other software just push them to your Splinks, but they are not mixed together with customers who are paying you. But if you click on that, just let's check, for example, one customer who wrote us something. You can see that there is a score that you can define. So for that customer, how close he is to the sale. Then there is a CRM status, which is customized. You can customize the status. We have like new, contacted, interested, quoted, won, or lost. So these are the leads. And if you scroll down, you will see that there are plenty of other details. And these details are very similar to what you see in the customer information. So this is actually the leads. They are pre-customers. When we convert them, we just move them to customers. Actually, they are even stored in the same tables, you know. But for administrator, it's a completely different entities. But we can add additional information, anything what we want to have there, and then we can convert this client. So I'll just show you quickly, just on one example, on another system, to not convert any client on the live system here. Just let's check here. I have a one lead that I just created. And this lead, Jeff Bezos, can see that I'm his owner. I can assign it to the other administrator. And there are some documents that I can create for him. Quotes, deals. So we, in our company, we use deals to, let's say, to sort customers. So customers who are really interested and who want to buy our software, we create deals for them. So this is also, this is also something what, if you are in touch with some client who is already, you made a survey and you are just waiting for installation, you can also create a deal for him to track it better, but it's not necessary, you know, so this is just an additional thing. Quote is also something what you can add, but it's not necessary. So the quote is something what you send to your customer saying, okay, you will pay us this amount of money for this service. So for example, here it says 10 megabit Wi-Fi, you will pay for 1,000 monthly. So this is my quote that I created. I can create multiple quotes for this customer for different connections, different addresses if he has, you know. And then when I convert the customer, I can use this quote to create automatically services for him. And also when I click now convert button, you will see that there are quotes. So, okay, I can continue without using quotes. If I will continue without that, it will just create me the empty customer, customer without any recurring service. But I can choose this quote, continue, and then it says, okay, do you want to edit some information before adding this lead to the customer? I can do that. I can change it, and I can convert now, or I can continue and change some details, for example, PPPoE username and password before converting the client. Okay, so that's what we do. We continue there, and I can go to my internet service, change PPPoE session information, password, assign IP address, whatever, and then convert it to client. So that's what I can use. Or I can choose the different quote. I can go to previous step and say, okay, no, this is not, I want this quote to be used. Okay, continue and convert now, even without adding any information inside the service. Just convert now. It will say, do you really want to do that? Yes, I confirm. And now this customer becomes, this user becomes a customer. And even immediately it created me the invoice, because there is always an option to create an invoice or just create a customer and wait for the next invoice. So if I check his invoice, I think that was the invoice created for until end of August. So you see, because Splinks has a pro rata billing, it counted and created him immediately invoice for 9 days in August. Okay, so that's how we track the leads, and that's how we convert them. with all information about this client from CRM is stored here in the CRM. So I can track his deals, lead quotes, even after when he was converted. So, and I will track all communication with him. The whole communication that we have with clients and that internet providers that are already using version 2.3 have is made through tickets. So that's tickets. I can send a message to customer and I can create a ticket. And that is the next step that I'll be displaying and showing. The whole communication is made in tickets, stored in tickets, and even with leads. So if we have leads, we can send them the message. When they send us back the answer, then it's tracked as a ticket. Okay, you can see that there is each lead in Splinks has the option to, we can create a ticket, we can create a task for this, for example, to connect this customer and send installers there, or we can create a message. Okay, that's the email. At the moment, Splinks works only with the one main email, and the next in the next version, what we will do is we will add multiple email support. So it will support multiple emails, so salespeople will be able to use their own emails to send messages to clients, and you will be able also to receive different or the emails on different addresses, and then auto assign it to different administrators. So that will be done on the next version. It's already in the development plan. Currently, we use one single email. In our case, we use support@splinks.com. When you send us support@splinks.com, we create a ticket. Okay. One important thing in the sales, what now it allows us to do is to create self-registration pages. So there are some examples. For example, we have a customer, good customer of ours, and Retail Network. When I log into their page is very nice. They redesigned the page now, just few months ago, I think. Just let me check if I can connect there. Come on, the website is down. Let me check a different one. Paul saying it's not down. The poll is from Vital, actually. Yeah, see, he's writing in chat. Meanwhile, I will try to answer some questions from chat about the CRM. If a customer is on CRM as lead, it can be converted to customer without creating the customer. Yeah, this is what I shown, and Christoph's answer, yes. Can you create leads for existing clients who wish to upgrade packages? Actually not. We cannot create the leads for them, but I think we can create quotes for them. So if I go to my customer here, and he is already the customer, and in CRM, I think I'm able to, let me check if I'm able. I can create another quote and send the quote to him. So if he wants to upgrade the package, I don't need to create another lead for him, because it doesn't make sense to create a lead when the customer is already there, but I can create him a quote and send him a new quotation with a new price, with a new package, and then he can accept this quote. Yeah, Muhammad is asking if I create a service and the PPP information is put automatically, or can we configure it to do this automatically? By default, it takes the username and password, general username and password of the customer. So when you are converting, you can change it to username and password. Another thing that we can do is some kind of webhook that will create a username and password from certain pattern. Yeah, there is a website is up. Sorry, I think I just wrote incorrect URL. What I wanted to show, there is a nice page, and I think the only one thing what can be improved here is the self-registration, because when I click on that, contact, it sends me to the email. If I compare, we did this setup just during last several months. We are running the setup in New Zealand company Wireless Nation, and we helped these guys to do the self-registration. Actually, they use a third-party company to make HTML and this page, but they use Splynx, so it creates a lead for them. And in certain cases, it creates the customer and immediately asks customer to pay. But what I want you to show is that self-registration page means that if they want to connect the client, let me check, the client chooses, okay, says I want to be urban, and yeah, give me a second, just looking for the right plan to choose, because there are, I think this one, lifestyle, allows me immediately to connect. Yeah, so I can sign up, and when I go to the sign up, you see I can type Alex test and then alexsplinks.com. So I will go through this setup. It immediately calculates me the price, one-time price. So I can choose if I want additional services, details, and then it creates immediately the lead and Splinks. So the same way as we do it in our platform. Okay, so it creates the lead. In some cases, if they want to charge the client immediately, so it creates the customer and allows customer immediately to pay, for the connection. So this is something what you can use in your setup, in your business, and I think this helps to grab attention of client much better than just asking to send the email. Because when there is a sign up form already, he put his details, and you can much better understand what he's asking, because if he's just sending you an email, he can send you just, I need the connection, and that's all. Also, the thing that helps a lot is to do the contract agreement draft, the contract agreement PDF. Because when we started our first business with IP addresses, what I remember, what really helped us a lot and saved a lot of time, is when we were writing the contracts manually, putting all the details of clients there inside this contract manually, and that always took a lot of time just to copy paste, and there are some mistakes and errors, and we had to send it out to client. In Splinks, you can use CRM or just regular Splinks customers and add the templates there. As you know, there are documents, so you can create the contract for this generate. It's a quite old feature, but this is something what can be customized. And what I want to offer in that webinar is we can create for you the document, or we can create for you the sign up page with a discounted fee. So I will not charge you the regular fee for our development, because it's HTML work and we can afford to charge less. So I'll make this offer for you till end of August. Who will want to make sign up form, just write us to our sales department or to support@splinks.com, and we will provide you this discount. So we will charge you $20 per hour for the development work on the page or on the HTML work. So it can be the page, it can be the contract agreement, whatever. But we want you guys to help in that. So really to make it more automatic, to grab customers quicker and put them to CRM. Okay, actually, as I said, we charge usually $60 per hour, as you know, so this is our fee. But for this work, we can reduce it for that amount, because it's HTML work. We can even outsource it to HTML people and deliver the solution. Okay. Is the page on Splinks, or it's on your website? So it's on your website. So that's what I'm offering you, is to take your website, take your HTML, and put the registration form. But that's what we must design together. So you will tell, okay, I want to have this selection of plans. I want to have this and this stuff there. Okay, and we'll tell you, okay, that will take 3 hours to work. Okay, or 5 hours to work, and then we will do it for you. So we have now two product managers who can help you with that. So they will be, you will not talk directly to me, you will talk to these guys. They will help you to do this. And we have two HTML designers who can just write these web pages for you and help you to do that. Yeah, API is documented well. We have a new API, and you can do it yourself, of course, also. It is possible. This is how Wireless Nation did it. So this company that I shown you, they took the API description and just made own website sign-up form. Okay, we will be continuing improving CRM in the next version, because what I miss actually is phone integration, because when my salespeople make phone calls or when we receive the phone calls from the clients, we do not track it inside Splinks yet. We track it in the other CRM that we are using for calling. This is what I want to put to Splinks as well. Yeah, another question, would you be able to make changes in the form in future ourselves? Yes, you will be, because it will be your form located on your website, on your web page, and of course you will change, you will manage it. You can change anything you want. So just what I'm offering you now is just, I'm offering you to, because now, as I'm saying, we have this CRM stuff, so we can help you to make a sign-up form. And if needed, we can help you to make the contract agreement also with, it's a quite tedious manual work just to make a HTML. And that's why many people still do not have it in their business, you know, but we can help to do that. We can take the HTML, put right variables from the Splinks there, and then you will create the contract immediately for a client with clicking one button, and you will send it to them, or we will just print it out. You know, still better than just making it manually. Okay, so that's, I think, all what I wanted to show you now from in the CRM part of the system. Of course, we have redesigned a lot of things in the usability point of view. So if you see, there are different new filters there. There is, we changed the tab views and many things we have redesigned because we are trying just to improve it. And one of the ways how we do improvements of the product is that we have own, just let me check if I have it open somewhere. Yeah, we have own product features description, and we give marks to it. So this is what I wanted to show you and explain how we work, and this is how we improve Splinks. This is how I recommend you also to work in your company, is just split into different zones. So we take the product and we split product also in different zones and saying, okay, we have customer portal, admin dashboard, financial dashboard, fair user policy, bundles, cap, how people work with tariffs, and we make marks. So in our company, people do make marks, and then we set one common mark for this feature. So we are saying, okay, the customer portal at the moment, this is marks for the version 2.2 before we started to redesign it. But we say, okay, this is, we give it 2 from 5 or from 4. Okay, I think we have like a 5, grade 5. So this is 2 from 5. 2 from 5 is how it looks. 2 from 5, how it works in usability level. Okay, how quick is that? And then how many, like what features it has. And then we have the total mark. And then we say, okay, write the comments and what kind of improvements we are going to do. So these are the things how we work on the product in Splinks, and also in all areas. That's in the products, in the tickets when we work with clients. Okay, just more questions from chat about CRM. What VoIP platform will be used for call tracking? Yeah, Christophs, this is a question that I will cover in next slides. It's a voice integrations. Who to contact for self-registrations, contract agreement? Just send us the email to support@splinks.com. And this is the next section that I will now show you, is how we work with support and how I recommend you to work in your business as well. So we track everything. And where is that? Give me a second. Support. We track everything. We store all communication with people. And I enforce all my people in the company to use tickets instead of just emails. And then because we can control the performance of agents, we can analyze the tickets and we can improve all the resolutions and the tasks. And then continuously we can improve our support. So this is something what you as internet providers can do also with your clients. Let me show you in real examples. So tickets. So this is the new ticketing engine, completely redesigned from the previous one. When we log in, we can see there are different widgets. All these widgets are also customizable. It's possible to display widgets of different statuses, so it's we can set it up. We define statuses like new, work in progress, waiting on agent, in development, and also waiting on customer, but we are not displaying here waiting of customer. All the statuses you can define yourself. So if you have different statuses, you can just change it and customize. Okay, in Freshdesk, for example, to change the statuses, we had to pay additional fee for the license level. Here, everything is included in the Splinks subscription that you have. There is amount of tickets you see on the chart, amount of tickets that we received during the last 7 days. Yeah, but by default, all this 7 days is the view, but I can change it. Okay, I can change it. I can display more days in the tickets. And then another view is the performance of my agents, how often they answer. So I can choose my different agents who work with customers, how many tickets they got, how many answers they have. But I will show you in the next step also a bit different way of analyzing, because we still analyze tickets inside in the spreadsheets. That will change, and we'll add more reports on the ticketing in the next version. Okay. So if I go just to the ticket view, so you see there is a ticket information. What we added is we added properties on the right side where you can choose assign to the person, change the subject, set up priority status. And when we answer and update the ticket, it immediately changes the status. So that's what we have. It's in the history. This is like activity box. And then when I go to my list and open view of tickets, it shows me the table of ticket, which I can display this way as a table. And I can sort it based on date created or updated date, or I personally use this view. So I like this view more. So it shows me the text of the message. It shows me the person to whom it is assigned, the customer from whom it comes. And then if I just scroll on that, it shows me the history, like a first message and the last message that we sent. The first message from the client as the last message that is in the communication. I can click on that, and then it will just show me the history of communication with the customer. Okay. The tickets are processed automatically by email. So there is an incoming email settings. When someone sends you the email, it creates the ticket. Just reading some comments on the chat. Christophs is saying that current CRM and ticket is perfect for software company. For ISPs, most ticket resolution is after engineer visits the customer. Visible information about customer geolocation is #1 information. Yes, I agree. But we have already internet providers using our ticketing platform, and tickets are just, it helps you to track what's happening with the customer. So you don't have to resolve it immediately right now. You can resolve it after engineer visits the client. But still, the main goal of ticket is to track that something is happening. You know, because if your engineer goes somewhere and he just repairs something, and nobody knows that he went there, and nobody tracks that. Nobody has a history. It just doesn't give you the option to analyze what's happening. You know, for us, as I'm saying, all this ticketing, it helps us, first of all, to not lose any communication with customers, and the second, also to analyze and improve our answers and the speed of answers. You know, so that's the next what I want to show you, not the features itself, but how we work in the ticketing improvements, is that we have, that's what we will bring also as reports to Splinks in the next version. Currently we do it, unfortunately, in Excel, because in Freshdesk they didn't have anything like that, and that's why we started to do it here. It's ticketing analyzing. You know, we do track how long it takes us to answer the ticket, how long it takes us to resolve the ticket, and we do the mark. So 0 means it was not good, 1 means that it was good. Then we track also the form of answer. How was the form of answer? Is it correct? Do we answer correctly to client, or we were rude, or the support guy was just busy with other things and he didn't explain well what we want to do? Okay, so that's the form. And the content, how it helped the customer to understand his needs, you know, to understand his problem and to help him with the problem. And then, of course, if we get any additional feedback, we also do track it, like the customer says that it was good, or any additional help through any desk was provided by us. Okay, and we grade all these tickets. Then I got my, like, every week mark that I have, and we do have a weekly calls with my support department. So this is something what we do in our company, and this helps us a lot to improve the support level. So I'm pretty sure that in internet business, in internet company also, if you will track communication with your clients, if you will track the work of your installers, you will be able to get the same or similar, let's say, numbers and processes. So the story is not just to take what we do exactly and copy that, but to get to see what we are doing, how we do it, and try to use the same approach. You know, the same approach of continuous improvements. So that's the ticketing. What I wanted now to show quickly, what other channels can be connected for ticketing system, example, other than email, connect, SMS, phone. At the moment, tickets are connected only to email, and also the client portal and the mobile app. So if customer has the mobile app, which I will be showing now after this and next slide, customer can see it and can write the messages there. No other integrations yet, no WhatsApp or similar. Yeah, another question is if you are able to send a system-generated email to more than one customer if they have multiple email addresses. Yes, of course. In Splinks, you can send, if you choose the client can have multiple emails, like this way. You can see the Pitel has many emails, and we send these messages to these emails. Ticket, always, we also can add additional emails where we want to send the ticket. So multiple email sending is supported. What is not supported is just receiving emails. So at the moment, as I'm saying, the ticket is created when it is sent only to support@splinks.com. So if someone will send me the message to alex@splinks.com, there will be no ticket created for that. Another question that I have from chat here is that how the billing system works, prepaid, recurring, postpaid methods, invoice generation, and payment settlements. I think, you know, the billing processing, billing engine is the different topic, because this topic of this webinar is to show you what we have added new to Splinks, and this is some business system support tools like ticketing, scheduling, CRM, mobile app, integration with accounting. So I will talk about this during this webinar, And if you would like to know more about the billing system in deep, you can just schedule a call with me. You can use Splinks, youcanbookme.me. So you know this link, youcanbookme.me. I will send you the link here. Yeah, so you can just book a call with me directly, one-to-one, and I will explain you how the billing engine works, and I'll answer your questions. So this is the question from Mohammed Aden. Mohammed, if you have any questions about that, billing stuff, how it works, I can show you examples how we implemented it in different businesses in different countries, and we can discuss it. I can answer you all the questions one-to-one, because this webinar is more about features. Another question from Peter is, are you going to discuss integration with Sage 1? Yes, I'm going to discuss integration with Sage 1 and show you how it works, and in general, accounting platform integrations. That was one of the features that we added in this version. Okay, so let's continue then. I will not be explaining how to configure all these tickets, how to configure different views and whatever. This everything we can, we will have different videos and also additional documentation that we'll send out, so we can go through that. Now we'll just go through our features in general. Okay, the next, that what we have and that what we are putting efforts now is to help you to track the work, task manager, and scheduling. We already added this task manager to Splinks. It's the first version. I appreciate any feedback. So this is one thing that I would like you guys to do, because you are probably half of you or more, even more, are already customers of Splinks, and you are using this feature that I'm talking about. So if you have feedback and saying, okay, this is not that convenient that it should be, this is something that we are stuck, just send us the feedback on support@email.com, because we are designing something, we are trying to make it good. Sometimes it's not ideal, and especially when it's the first version. So the CRM, ticketing, scheduling, it's a first version, even if we spent a lot of time already there, but still it will be continuously improved. So let's go to the ticketing, and after ticketing, let's go to the task. So if I have my ticket, for example, here, I can create a task immediately from that ticket that will be linked to this ticket, or I can create a task myself manually. So if I go and create it from ticket, I can just create a task this way. You see that it sent me to the scheduling option and the tasks. So where I have different templates that I can define, and type the title of task and type the description, what should be done. Then I can choose and say to which customer this task belongs. It can be customer or it can be lead, doesn't matter. To which project it belongs. For example, we can define new customer connections, customer repairs, infrastructure work, whatever, marketing tasks, whatever. So that's the zones or projects where we work. And then to whom we assign it. We can assign it to the team of people, or we can assign it to one administrator. The teams we configure in the settings of the scheduling. So if you go to config, scheduling, there is a team section where you can just add and configure your teams. And then we work, for example, here I assign it to the administrator who will take care of that task. I can schedule this task, and I can also put it on map, this task, where is the deployment or installation or customer equipment change or whatever is done. So let me show you our existing tasks that we have in Splinks. So scheduling projects. We have several projects already in Splinks that we do. For example, we do customer deployments. So these customer deployments, some big deployments I do as a separate tasks, separate projects, just to split it with other customer support. And here, for example, you can see there is a wireless nation setup and customizations. We have the project. If I can display all my tasks inside this project as a one table with, I define my statuses inside the tasks, like it's in new, it's in progress, then it is done, 3 statuses, and then the fourth one, it means closed. So closed, it means that it is confirmed by the manager that it is 100% correct. Okay, these statuses I can define in the configuration of the scheduling. It's not preset. When I work this way, so you can see that these tasks, I can open this task and there is an option, write description, schedule it. So you see that this task was scheduled for today for 3 p.m. There are comments to this task. I can choose the comments. I can write a comment, or the person who is working on the task can write a comment. There is an estimation duration on this task. And I, as a responsible person for this task, I can add my work log there, or I can, this is what you can see that I'm as a manager, I can set up where is that where installation will be done. It's on the map, so I can choose the map and say, okay, that will be on that address. So I already put it there. And I scheduled it, and I can see it in my calendar, or calendar of the person who is responsible for that. And then I can see it on the board. So the board view is some kind of Trello. So this is a Trello-like view. It allows you to see your tasks in different statuses. So I see that in this project we have done plenty of tasks already, and now we are just finishing the deployment, and I just take this, for example, and move it that way to the progress. So now it changes the status of this task. What is very important for you and for your field technicians is the mobile app, and we are putting a lot of efforts there. As I said, the mobile app is already in the beta version. We are testing it. It will take some time to finalize it and then to release it on in App Store and in the Google Market. But I will show you the first version just for some curious people how it will look, because I have it installed there. Just give me a second. Try to share my mobile phone. There is the option to share. iPhone. So let's try. Can you see that? Just please confirm in chat, because not sure how the webinar checks that. Yeah, good. So this is the mobile app that we are now currently developing. As I'm saying, we are putting a lot of efforts to make it run and available in September. So there are plenty of tasks that are assigned. You see high priority schedule. So this is the map. I have my tasks for today immediately. So I can open this task. It will show me the customer. It will show me the schedule detail. I can see all the description. And it shows me on the map the address where it is, where it is located. Okay. Then on the calendar, it will display me my tasks that are coming now today. I can also have the view of the week or on the month. Then on the map, I have my deployments installations that are pending. Okay, if I click on that, it shows me where is my next deployment. And in general, there is like a task list that shows me all the tasks that I have open and they are not closed yet. So I think this, for example, I can open and it says it's in progress, but I can change it and say that it is done. Yeah, not working yet, this. But in general, this is the main, and it is connected to Splinks. As you see, though, this is the same task that I was just showing you before. And the Yaku is asking if there is a customer can sign off when a field tech completed the task or query. Yes, we will add it there. It's not yet in this app that I'm showing you, but there must be a signature or something like confirm the task from the customer. Okay. I'll stop sharing. As I'm saying, this is just a beta version, which works, has still some bugs to fix, some additional things to add, but as you can see, we are quite far already with that. This task manager, it has also the email integration. So all my tasks that are assigned to me, I receive the recap every day saying that, okay, today I have to connect 5 customers. This is the full description, or reminders. It can send me when is the next installation, the next task. Okay, so that is there, integrated already. Yeah, can we assist in the participation in beta program? I think yes. We will, as soon as that will be, at the moment this version is, let's say, alpha, it's not even beta. So as soon as it will be better, we will share the access with the people who want to test. Okay, because at the moment it's only like really in development, so it's not available anywhere. And if we will talk about the mobile apps, quickly I will show you, if you haven't tested yet, a mobile app portal for a client. Just share the screen again. Yeah, so this is the mobile portal of one of our customer. Paul is there. Paul, it's yours. It's a FITO network again. It's in Spanish, but I can change the language. Go to profile and go to English. Okay. So this is the mobile app that is downloaded from the App Store, because I have iPhone, or it's downloaded from the Google Market. So you see I'm doing it here. So it's exactly the same view that you have currently on your page, on the share screening. So what is available there? So this is the mobile app for your clients. By default, it's just called Splinks. They can download it from the App Store and type the URL and the username and password to log in there. Okay, this is the default app that we allow. And if you for personalization, we charge additional fee for that, because it's quite difficult to do. I mean, to maintain. It's not difficult to change the logo and change the name on there, but what we need to do is we need to build a new, like it's maintaining the new app. We need to store it on the different repository, always copy and paste all the changes there, and we need to submit to Apple Store and to Google Play as different applications, and they have a separate independent approval process. Okay, so that's why we have to charge additionally more for that customizations. But for certain clients, we are going to do that. We agreed already on the pricing, and they will have like their own mobile app with their own logo, with their own name. For example, the Virus Nation company that I shown you in New Zealand, we will do this for them. So they'll have own Virus Nation app that will be called. Okay. The smaller providers who cannot afford this to pay us for that customizations, they can just use the simple software that we currently have, and it is available for clients to download. How to use that? Client is here. He can click the menu and see the details on the menu, or the same is also available here, like on the account balance. It shows me the balance at the moment is 0. This customer paid everything. I can click on my last payment and it will show me the preview of invoice. Okay, you see there is an invoice, the PDF with marks that it was paid. Then I can go to my finance and display the history of all invoices. So I see all invoices that this company was charging me. And I can click again and display this invoice. It will show me the PDF preview. of this invoice. And the history of my payments is also available here. So you can see when it was paid, when I paid for my services. My services, I can check on the services. I can see what do I have here from this company, what I'm paying them. Okay, there is a start date information. If there is like some IP address available there, it shows me as well. And then I can check statistics of usage of all my services one by one. So this service I have, for example, used 2 terabytes in this month. So it shows me actual statistics for this month. Okay, there another and the third service. So this shows me my also daily usage. I can see here. Scroll there. Okay, statistics are there. What I can have is also support communication. So that's what I'm saying, that I can create a ticket from here, or I can get my message here, receive the answer from support team, and track what was happening with my lines, with my service in the past as a customer. In the profile, I can change my data, company data, and I can write the feedback. Or FAQ, it shows me many questions that we have. Can I pay directly? How can I connect? What are working hours and whatever. Yeah, the question, if we are planning to show stats for browsing, social media, Windows updates, and similar, maybe in future, yes. The main issue is that we don't have this data yet. The statistics that we have is the usage in general. We have ability to track off-peak data or on-peak data usage, but not in details. To get it in details, we need to connect some device that will bring us the statistics. Because we are radius-based software, and API MikroTik, what we can get is just the statistics in general. What we will add to mobile app as well, and the next just version in a few weeks is just the statistics for voice as well. So the voice usage will be available here, but not, unfortunately, the social media and browsing stats yet. If we'll find any way how to grab these stats in the future, we can think about it. But at the moment, we do not have the technology for that. Another question is, could you provide the source code for us to update with our own developers? That's, I don't know, we need to discuss it. Usually we do not provide the source code because we store it, but we need to discuss what is. I'm not that familiar with the mobile apps, how it works. Where is the source code stored and that. Okay, so I will disconnect my phone for a while and again share my screen here. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, task manager that we discussed, and support ticket for everything. Yeah, in general, that's what I mentioned about the network management. We will focus on the network management in 3.0 version, where we want to add IPv6 support finally, and we will add ACS, so that I will discuss later in the last slide. But at the moment, what we have done is some tuning on inventory. So we have support of multiple locations. So if you have different stocks located in different cities or different places in one city that you can use now in Splinks, as you know, there is like inventory and items. It allows you to use different locations. So this is the new thing that we have added there. Also, you can now do the mass actions and assign some stock device to customer without selling it and without renting it. So these are the few things that we added in the stock management, but the stock works well. We had no bad feedbacks on it, I think. If you have some bad feedbacks on stock, just write me there. And okay, let's go to the next. is client portal mobile app I shown you already. Let's go to the next quite big part of Splinks is integration with Sage One, and then some integration with the voice platforms that we did. Sage One and Hold It. There are actually two platforms that we support in Splinks integration for accounting. Hold It is fully in production. This is the Spanish-based company for Spanish accounting. If there are Spanish guys from Spain or Spanish-speaking countries, you can use this platform. So it's called holdet.com. Very nice platform for accounting and company management in general. And we did integration with that. Similar to the Sage One. And now I will show you the Sage One. Sage One, we finished the integration. Now we are waiting for Sage One to make it public, because we have own sandbox account where we tested everything. We confirmed that everything is working fine, and now we are waiting for Sage One to make it live on a certain working environment. Okay, and that's what I would like to show you here. So that's my example of my database. I created a few clients yesterday. So these customers, logic with integration with accounting platform. So Sage One, why we use Sage One? Because it's used in many companies in South Africa. In South Africa, we have many customers, and that's why we decided to go to Sage One as one of the first accounting platforms. Hold It is used in Spain. We also have customers in Spain. Then we do the next accounting integration will be Xero for Australians and people from New Zealand, and also from UK. I know that customers from UK and from Ireland, they also use Xero. And then we go to the QuickBooks as the next one, because this is like international and US accounting platform. Okay, how we did the integration. We did the integration natively with Splinks. Before, as you know, we had some integrations with the Xero and QuickBooks, but that was always done as a third-party add-on that was never part of the Splinks itself. And that's why with sending a lot of data to this add-on, it didn't work well. Actually, like 10,000 subscribers, 20,000 invoices in this amount. Of course, with the small amounts, it worked more or less fine. But as soon as we, for example, on Xero, I think as soon as we reached 1,000 invoices, it started to get some issues. So that's why we decided completely to redesign the accounting integration. And we did the accounting integration natively in Splinks. So currently, if we are talking about, for example, Sage One, how we do the integration. We have customers that we manage in Splinks. We add customers in Splinks. So first, and that I will write it on the chat, first is we add and store information in Splinks. So this is the first step. So as you can see now here, table, customers added in Splinks. Then what we do, we define all the services, all the plans, convert customers from leads to clients, whatever. We do everything in Splinks. Okay, we work in Splinks. Then we create invoices, etc. We create invoices. So here is the customer with invoice that was created on the recurring basis. And then what we do in the next step, we take all these invoices and automatically sync out all clients' information, including the changes, and all invoices to the accounting platform. How we do that is if we go to administration, you will see that there is a accounting integration option. And let me check there, accounting integration, which shows me the customer table and if the customer was modified or not. So this is, for example, the new customer that was modified, and you can see that it was modified, but it was not pushed yet to the accounting platform, because as I'm saying, by default, it's pushed every day, once per day, which I can enforce, and I can, or no, sorry, this is pushed every hour. It's my mistake. Every hour it pushes the data there, and I can enforce it and click the button, and it will push the data manually, let's say, with a button with the click button. Then we go to the next is the invoices, and the invoices the same. So here it shows, okay, there are 2 invoices and they are modified or created, but they were not pushed to accounting, you see. And then we go to the payments, which I will explain in the next step. So first of all, we create the customers, we create invoices, and every hour they are pushed to accounting platform. So this is step number 3. Every hour, in customers and invoices are pushed to accounting. Good. Let's find if we have here that accounting open somewhere. Yeah, this is my Sage 1 account. Okay, let me log in there. At the moment, if I go to my customer list, you'll see that there are some customers there and invoices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 customers currently. And in Splinks, we have 6 customers because this guy was not pushed there yet. So I can wait when it will be pushed there, or I can go just to my config. And in config, there is a Sage 1 accounting integration with buttons that allow me to push customers, invoices, or grab payments from accounting to Splinks. So I click customers and it will sync the customers. So let's check the log. Starting new customers, you see that there was a new customer, Jeff Bezos, and that was pushed to accounting. So the same story with invoices. I click the invoices. I don't have to do that, as I'm saying, it's done every hour, but I will do it now to make it, to push it there immediately right now. So now if I go to my accounting and refresh that, what I will see is that it should appear the customer there. Yeah, there is 1 customer there, the balance, and there was an invoice added to this client. Okay, the customer with his data that we copy from Splinks and put them to accounting platform. And then we have invoices. If we go to invoices, yes, suppliers. Actually don't remember right now where are the invoices here. Okay. List of sales rep, transactions, customer tax invoices. Yeah, here they are. Yeah, here you can see the invoices that were unpaid. What we do with the Sage, the integration with the Sage 1 is a bit different from the integration with Hold It, because in Hold It we process all the payments on the Splynx side and push them out to Hold It, but in Sage 1 we do it in a different way. In Sage 1 we do process all the payments inside Sage 1 because there is a bank connections, there is a Sage Pay connections, whatever, everything, you can reconcile your payments in accounting there directly, and then we grab these payments to Splinks. So this is how we work. So if I go there and say, okay, this is the payment, you see, this is the customer and this is his amount due. So I can process the payment, like a create receipt, for example, or I can process that through bank statements and make a reconciliation, say yes, reconciled, set up, this is my bank account or account bank payment, and then I choose the invoice, process that. That will create the payment inside Sage Pay, but Sage 1. But my invoices in Splinks are not yet paid. So this is what we have here. You see Jeff Bezos has the invoice that was not paid. So how we grab this payment to the Splinks? Again, Splinks connects to the Sage 1 every hour, grabs the list of new payments, and allocates it to the customer. Let's try to do that. Let's try to go to my, to enforce it immediately right now, just to go to config and click the button on the Sage 1 accounting, like new payments or all payments, doesn't matter, it's the same. Just all payments will tell you that there are plenty of payments already that were processed. It will not process it again. Start payment synchronization. Here it says we found a new payment and payment was completed. So if I go to my finance payments, there is a new payment appeared here. Okay, and this, if I go to my client now, so it shows me the account balance 0. So you see that the payment was grabbed from the Sage 1 accounting. So this is the way how it works. It should work quite stable. We tested it on many different accounts, on many customers, many invoices, so no issues found yet. Integration with Holded is working already very well in production on several companies. So with like 5,000 invoices, 5,000 payments synced. So I think this way of, I think the integration with accounting was designed well from the beginning here, and it should work well. So what we are waiting in Sage 1 is when they will just allow us to make it live on the live URL, and then we will be able to connect customers and put it connected with existing customers' accounts in the Sage 1, and not do it on the sandbox, because we do it on the sandbox. So that's, yeah. Who can we contact to Sage for fast track the release? Peter is asking. Peter, I don't know, actually. I wrote them, I think, yesterday, the email to API Sage 1, and I got the response that they will help us as soon as possible. So I'm waiting for the answer. So I don't know yet who exactly what will be there. So there is a person who was in touch with us. His name is like Adolf Anthony. He was or Anthony Adolf, not sure what is the name, what is the surname. And with this person we were in touch, but I think he's just maybe the engineer. Any plan to integrate with Prism accounting system? No, we do not have in plans this accounting system. As I'm saying, Sage 1, Holded, these are already done, and Xero and QuickBooks. So this will be the platforms that we are going to connect to. Xero is, we are starting now already writing the description and do it the same way as with others. Okay, I think we can go forward. After accounting integration, the next question is the voice platform integration. Voice platforms. We did a lot of changes in the voice connectors. So first of all, Splinks has the voice billing. If you didn't know, if you didn't use it, wow, it can work with the voice. So it can rate the calls. You can define your rates, customer rates, provider rates, and you can upload the rates to Splinks. What we did in this version, it allows now to upload CSVs in a better way than before, because before it took like 10 minutes to upload. Now it's much quicker. Rate table 1, so that's what it allows it to do, is to upload to the rate table CSV files with destinations, with prefixes, descriptions of the prefix, connection cost, first step, verification step, usual rating that is available on many other platforms in the voice. We can also count the data and the message the same way. When we define these rate tables, we aggregate them or we assign them to the tariff plans. So when we go to tariff plan, I can assign this table to the tariff plan. For example, unlimited mobiles. When I go click on that button for configuring, I choose the rate table. Okay, and what I can do more here, I can include certain minutes, saying, okay, category mobiles, I will include, for example, unlimited. International calls to Europe, I will include 100 minutes, whatever. So that's what I can do there. Pricing groups, it allows us to just make any kind of changes after rating. So I can take the call on a certain category and add additional 30% to that, or add additional established price for establish the call. Okay, so that's pricing groups. So in this way, I can define my rating for voice in the first stage. The next stage, what I need to do is I need to connect this to some voice platforms. The easiest way, as we had it always here, it was upload the CDR file. What we have added in the version 2.3 is the FTP or SFTP connector. And this SFTP connector is really strong. So it means that it can connect, or FTP connector, it can connect and grab thousands of files without any problem. So it can process in parallel all these files. And also it allows us now to connect Splinks to any API, in fact. We did, again, for one company that we do integration for with voice, they have 4 platforms. 2 we connected with FTP. So the FTP connection is quite straightforward and simple. So when we go to config of voice, I'll show you that quickly. And when I go there, it shows me now voice, main voice, I think it's a bit buff. Now here, the wall. Import data source and auto CDR processing. So first of all, import data source. I define where Splinks should connect, and that's what I'm saying. FTP, SFTP, or it can process local files in the folder. This is by default what it does. As I'm saying, we are able to connect Splinks to the third-party app. We connected it to MySQL of Asterisk. It took us around 1 day of work, which is the 10 hours. Okay, 10 hours to connect it to, it was not actually the 100% Asterisk, it was like some clone of Asterisk, but we connected there. Then we connected to API, and it took around 6 hours to connect there. You know, so now because with this connector design, we can connect much quicker to the platforms. So actually, many customers that we are working now, especially in Australia, they are using a lot of voice services, and last 6-7 customers that we connected, they just provided us some kind of FTP. So we didn't have to connect to API. But with this deployment that I mentioned, where we have 4 connectors, 2 were done on the FTP, 1 was on the API, and it took around, as I'm saying, maybe 6 hours. The second took around like 10 hours for MySQL connection, just to connect the calls. And this is what we define the source. And then the second most important part is we define how we do the auto processing. It's how often we have to connect. So here you can see the configuration, very advanced. What is my import data source, which I defined in the previous step? What is my file pattern? So this is sometimes a pain because the files are stored with some mask, you know, and the date, year, whatever, or some name of the company, but Splinks can recognize that all. Then we configure the whole the processor, or we call it handler file that processes the columns, and then we grab this to the database and store it there. We do not rate it immediately. Splinks doesn't rate calls immediately. It just does it when the billing cycle is run. When we run the billing cycle, for example, once per month, then it does the billing run for the voice as well. Okay, so this is not immediately. So if you grab the calls, it doesn't appear immediately on the customer information rated. So it will appear when the billing cycle is run. Why we did it this way? To prevent the mistakes. Because if we'll start to count all the calls immediately right now, and there is some mistakes in the rates, then we have to disable, delete everything, and reprocess everything. So now, with this approach, when we charge phone calls on the billing run, it allows us to quickly fix it. If something is incorrect, we just cancel it, change the prices there, and edit around the billing cycle correctly again. Okay. Also, what we have added to the voice processing is when you process the voice calls, it will show you the list of errors. If there are any errors, like numbers were not paired, destination not found, so it will show you on that processing history here. It will show you even before processing, it will show you that table that you can work with and match the calls, match the numbers to to other customers and just submit and process the changes. Just give me a second. I'll read the comments on the chat. Is this for a voice over IP based solution and service is created through MiCritic? No, this is just for connecting to any voice over IP platform and grabbing the CDR from there. I also have some questions and answers on question and answer field. Simon is asking, what about Zendesk integration? Yeah, guys, we will not do any integration with any desk platforms. We will rather have our own advanced ticketing platform. So this is, as I'm saying, we were using Freshdesk, and the reason why we switched to that is that we have all information about our clients in one single place. We don't want to have the sales information one place, ticketing another place, payment in third place. So that's why we will continuously improve these tickets that we have. SnapScan and Zapper. Is there aggregated core payout? The Simon is writing. The SnapScan is already supported. So if you need to activate SnapScan, just write us email to support@splinks.com. I think there was an API connector already. It was just not used much. Yeah. Let me check if I still have any things that, we have added some improvements on the reports and the dashboard. So when you log into the Splinks, you will see on your financial information, you will see monthly recurring revenue, which is calculated. It's a calculation of all your services that you have active, and it will show you also average revenue per user on different locations, on different partners. You can have it. So this is what we added. Also, it shows you some nice charts of how much you charged your clients in the last month, who paid you more, who paid you less, who are top debtors. Now this information is available on the finance dashboard here. It will also simulate the next month, so it will show you how much you will charge customers in the next month. So it's some kind of simulation. And in the reports, we will be continuously improving our reports. Currently, we added some reports there. The reports that I, for example, use is that new services report. So if I go to my administration, there is a new services report. It shows me the new customers that were connected to Splinks or to your network. So I can choose services status, conditions. Just let me check if there is. I think in that setup, I did everything in September. Yeah, so it shows me new customers, unit prices, and I can export this table to Excel. And yeah, so this is showing me the new connections that I get during the selected period. Also, I can have history of my charge, and I can simulate how much I will get the next month. What we did is transaction categories. So this is something what we use in accounting platform, because as you saw on Sage 1 is integrated, and it's not only that we push invoices there, we also push the accounting numbers. So it's like numbers of accounts, and numbers of accounts are tracked in the transaction categories. So you can see that there are okay, let me check again from the beginning to the end of September. So this is another report. You can define categories of your revenue stream. For example, it's a service, it's a one-time service, it's an internet, it's a voice, it's a top-up. All this stuff you can define inside Splinks, inside categories, inside configuration. So transaction categories are located here. Transaction categories. So you see there are default transaction categories, but I can add as many as I want. And then I define that internet service will go to this type of category, voice service will go to other type of category. And I can also allow each single plan to be on the different category. Then it will allow me to run very advanced reports on where I got the payments. Or this is what we use for accounting, because in accounting we define categories, and then we in the Sage one we have also, like, let's say it's called accounts assigned to these categories, and then all transactions that are created in Splinks, they go to the correct corresponding account numbers in the accounting platform. Okay, so this is what we did because of the accounting integration, but this can be used also for running very advanced reports, to analyzing and to understand what's in your business. Can we design our own reports and add them to the reports menu? What I would like you to ask rather, if you can have a list of reports that you want to see and send it to us. Probably these reports are already covered, and we can maybe just configure it a bit for you. Okay, because there are plenty of information already inside the system. Yeah, the question if we are planning live chat or WhatsApp integrations coming up. I think the WhatsApp doesn't, I'm not sure, but last time when we checked the WhatsApp, it didn't have a correct API for integration. I like it, the idea, but it's not that, let's say, important for now, because that's what we are going to. The next slide is what we are going to integrate in 3.0, IPv6 support, ACS, and CPE provisioning. So this is something what is requested very often, and also here you can see the CPE provisioning also means like some kind of CPE management of Ubiquiti devices, but not only Ubiquiti, but also Cambium devices, you know, also Redmi devices, also Huawei boxes. So we are working now, my engineers are exploring the different ACS solutions, how we can use them or write our own and connect it to Splinks. So this is high priority right now. So in the email and the CRM, we will continue with the email integration. We'll add additional emails, not only one email in the support and CRM. And also we will find the way how to connect voice calls to track the incoming calls, to track the outgoing calls in CRM. Scheduling mobile app, I shown you already that we are working on it. Xero and QuickBooks support will follow. Advanced work with agents and resellers. So this is something what is in development for the last 2 months already. So we will have different agents, different reseller levels, reseller types. It will allow you to have an agent and pay them commission based on on the payments, pay them commission on the different plans, different percentage based on the different types of plans. You know, all this stuff, very advanced, that we want to bring to internet providers, because this is the feature that we receive feedbacks very often. That is something what is missing. There is a report showing the collectors and the amount of collections they made. Yeah, Mohammed, I think there is a report for that already. Just if you can send me the query again for, I think I saw this question already somewhere on Facebook or somewhere. If you can send me this query, I will ask my guys to send you back the answer, because I'm pretty sure that we track who collected the money. It's the question also if the money were collected through cash desk or directly. And I think there is some report for that. Just not, we are not using that much cash payments and collectors, so, but please send me the ticket to that, and my engineers will write you the answer. Okay, and what I mentioned here is that reports that we do now in Excel for track performance of agents, for track performance of support guys, sales team, will move it to some reports inside Splinks, and we'll continue to work and improve our existing reports, add some charts, make it better, display it in a nicer view. Okay, so these are already the areas that we have, let's say, described, and we have tasks for that. And there probably will come additional areas, additional features that we will have. We'll receive feedbacks, and we will find that it's useful, and we'll add it to the Splinks. Is CPU provisioning limited to wireless, or it can integrate GPON system? The CPU provisioning should be general. So it's based on TR69 protocol, and it should provision all CPU devices. Doesn't matter if it's a wireless or it's a GPON. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking for almost 2 hours already, and still 51 participants. So I think only 2 guys left. So not that bad. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Just I will wait a bit, and if there are no questions, we will finish the webinar, store it on YouTube. But please feel free to write us any feedback after this webinar. Any features that you request. As I sent you the link, I'll send it again. Features, Splinks.com. So here you can write your feedbacks, or you can write it directly to support@splinks.com. So this is the main email that we use, where we create tickets and we answer from this email. And any requests, anything, welcome, because as I said, we do the product development based on the needs of our clients, you know. So we really, this is the most important part for us, because our business is a bit different, as you see, but yeah, the ISP needs we need to gather from you. Do we need to start with a blank Sage account, or we can use existing one? Yeah, Peter, I will let you know, because this is exactly the question that I asked Sage One, if we need, how we can work with existing account. The best way, of course, is to use existing, because you know, I'm not sure that it's a good idea to start. Yeah, we need to check first of all if Sage One will allow us to connect to existing accounts. If they allow, there must be a matching of customer IDs between Splinks and Sage One. Not sure. So we will wait for the Sage One answer first, and then as soon as that we get it, we will go forward. But what we can definitely try to do is we can run, as soon as they confirm and that will go to production, we can run your integration in the certain, first of all, demo setup. So we can get demo accounts, push the customer information there, just check that everything works fine. If they will allow us to connect to your existing database, then we'll have to get IDs of clients and store them manually in the database inside Splinks. So we will know that these customers are these customers in Splinks and these are customers in Sage One. So we need to go to grab IDs from the Sage One, push it to Splinks, to not create clients again. Okay. The main challenge here is to, as I'm saying, to match a customer ID inside Sage One to the customer inside Splinks, because currently you have 2 platforms that are independent. What's the time frame for QuickBooks in version 3 to be released? Difficult to say, because there is no time frame for QuickBooks yet, because there is a time frame for 0, and the 0 we need to release the beta in the end of September. So if I release 0 end of September, and then we can go, let's say October, November. So I think 0 QuickBooks is like end of November, maybe end of the year, but no later than end of 2019. Because look, in this, if I just compare it with the development of other accounting platform integrations, the first, they took around 1 month to deploy. So the Sage One, we started at the June. So we started, I think, mid of the June. Then it took us some time to test everything, to really understand how this works, to make a description. And then the whole July, the developers were making this integration. So it's like 1.5 months And now also the August we were testing everything. So it's like up to 2 months to do the deployment and integration. So if we start at the beginning of September, if we start with a 0, so I guess that mid of October it will be done. And then beginning of November, we'll start with QuickBooks, and till end of December, it will be done. Okay. When is the next webinar? Not sure, don't have it in plans yet, but we will see. So if you have any questions, send them to us, and I will see what topics we can cover. Usually we, as you know, guys, we work one-on-one a lot. So you can book a time with me, you can book a time with Chris, and there is a new engineer who will come, and we can help you to set up and answer your questions one-on-one, because this is one of the best way how to get all the questions answered and how to deploy the things together. And this is one of the reasons why we charge you on the subscription. So it's not one time, because we want that support will be one of the most important things why you work with us. Okay, Stefan raised the hand. Yeah, I want to inquire about the Google map on Splinks. It seems incomplete, some buildings missing and stuff like that. Any fix? Yeah, I suggest to send a support ticket, because I know that Google Maps, it's not incomplete, it's working. You know, we are not doing anything with that. We are just pushing information to their API. So the question is, we need to understand what is exactly the problem. Sometimes when I type on the map, on the address, I cannot find it. But then when I went and type it on the Google map, it doesn't find it as well. You know, so not sure if it's exactly the issue on our side. Difficult to say. So if we can exactly get the full description that this address doesn't work, then we can investigate. Okay. Okay, if any other questions, please write them on chat. Okay, good to hear, Peter, that you're impressed. I know that you guys were waiting for Sage 1 integration, and that was one of the reasons why I was pushing it very hard forward to not lose customers. So just now we need to really move it to production. Okay, thank you for your time. My wife is writing me that we need to go to lunch and eat something. I cannot tell her to wait. Mohammed, is there a commission platform that automatically calculates collector commission? So this is something what we are going to add in the 3.0 version in the agents. So we call it agents. Okay. So that says, at the moment, Splynx calculates commissions in a very simple way. It says, let's say, for example, this partner has 20%, and all transactions that go through this partner get 20%. And this, when you log in as a partner, you see this is 20% of your commissions. This is very simple way. So we, in the next version, we will add additional agents. So it's a new entity. It's like a partner, but it will allow to define many different scenarios per service, as I'm saying, different percentage or one time. So sometimes custom agent connects you the customer or resells, and he doesn't want to get you don't pay him always, you just give him some once off, or you pay him once off and then you get some like small revenue, like $5 or $3 from this client. When that version will be available, you know that 3.0 actually it's already available in the beta release. And why it is, when we are when we are writing there the new features, there are some customers who cannot wait and say, no, we need it immediately right now, and we install this beta release to them. So actually, if you stay in touch with us, and we will inform you what we have already in beta release. 2.3 version, it is stable. Let's say we call it stable. The 3 is also stable because we do not merge anything what is not stable and not tested. But I'm saying that 2.3 is closed version where we do not add any features. And this is available for public download. So when you go to the website, download, it's the 2.3 version. 3.0, we will make it public for in the beta release already in the beginning of September. Because if we will add some new features there one by one, it will appear there already. So if someone is already, will be already, let's say, ready for that, for trying that features, we can install it. We can install it and you can work with this new features, with this new stuff. So for example, I'm not sure if the scheduling app will be available on 3.0 or even on 2.3, but if it will be on 3.0, we can, as I'm saying, we can update the system, because it's also stable release. It's not something what is like not tested, because we do not merge and put untested features at all to the version. Okay, guys, if any other questions, just use support@splinks.com. And thank you for your time. We spent 2 hours together. I appreciate your time, and let's work continuously, improve our business together, and feel free to ask anything. Good. Have a nice day. Bye. See you next webinar. Thank you.